What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Chef, the Talk of New York. Listen, I got my homies with me. I got Crooked Smile. I got Drake Adams. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
What's good, man? How y'all been?
I'm chilling, baby. I'm chilling. Now, listen, these two dudes that we're about to talk to are some of the most badass dudes you could find on any promotion. Like, big fan of these guys. And I'm super excited to pick their brains and just go over, what we have for these guys. I mean, first, let me introduce them. So, Crowbar, how are you, brother?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good. And then we got Stevie James. Stevie James, how are you, sir?
Good, my man. How's it going?
I'm wonderful. And I have a question, like my fourth question, because I wrote these down. I'm not going to ask it yet, but I'm looking at you guys, and you feel exactly how I was like, I wonder if these guys are going to be exactly what I see on TV. You guys really look exactly like what I see on TV. Like, you look badass.
Well, pretty much. What as you says, what you see on TV is what you really get. It's like we're two hairy bikers that just love music and fighting and drinking and.
Heads in and have a good time.
Well, absolutely. All right, so my question, I like asking people because obviously with this pandemic and everything is going pretty crazy. What are you guys doing for fun just to pass some time during this crazy time?
Well, I've been riding my bikes, try to stay kind of low key riding my bikes, playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto on the PlayStation, and other than that, just having a few beers in between.
Same, just having a few beers, try to get the house sorted, doing the grass, going for that hour walk a day, try to make it a bit different, but there's not much else to do apart from Xbox and movies.
Loving it, man.
All right, Team PlayStation. All right. My question goes for both of you guys. Watching you guys' matches and everything, you seem to have an affinity for the more gruesome style, a little more hardcore. So, what is it like going through some of those more hardcore matches?
It's life changing. Definitely life changing.
You don't walk out the same way you walked in, and it's with the Scottish wrestlers, like you say that we are totally how you imagined we would be. Like the rest of the wrestlers in Scotland, they don't hold back. They are. I think to be a wrestler, you need to be borderline psychopathic. Some of the stuff that we do.
Absolutely, like most of the wrestlers in Scotland are off their nut, and not one of them is willing to back down for a challenge, and that just makes things worse and leads to worse matches. And man, you need to be off your head to do it because it will change your life.
And it's not called Insane Championship Wrestling for shits and giggles. That is pretty insane.
That's it. Name it in.
All right. So I don't want to cause no tension between you guys, but would y'all ever have a one-on-one match with each other to see who is the alpha male of the tag team?
No, I wouldn't think so. I don't think we've ever crossed that bridge or we've ever got to a point where we need to settle anything inside the ring. Normally, if we've got a disagreement, it's normally sorted out pretty quick, and it's probably that's probably the good side to having like Wolfgang and BT Gunn as friends, as they straighten us out quite a few times because we can be a wee bit volatile.
They give us the kick in the balls that we need sometimes, and me and him have rolled about a few times, like a few beers and all that stuff, as you do. So it's when they stranger to hitting each other, you know what I mean? So it's not a problem. we don't.
All right, so now I think my question, and I've always wanted to ask this because, like I said, I'm a fan first. So, how did the Purge come together?
Well, there's a training school in Glasgow called Glasgow Pro Wrestling Asylum, and that as the coaches are Wolfgang, Kaylee Ray, Stevie Boy, Red Lightning, Jack Jester, Jackie Pola. It's a who's who coaching staff. And we were the fourth intake. And we stay literally, I don't know, 3 miles away from each other.
Aye.
And I used to work in the same town that Stevie lives. And our paths have never crossed until this time when we started training in GPWA. And almost instantaneously, when we met each other, we just hit it off.
That's it. Like, never once crossed each other's paths, and we met each other in the asylum, and we just kind of clicked. Like the same. We didn't back down for it, and we aren't the most nice people to talk to. You know what I mean? And I just a passion for the wrestling as well. Like as soon as we stepped in the asylum, something clicked. You know what I mean?
So is that where the Asylum original comes in on your cuts?
Aye, exactly. Aye.
Okay. My fault, Drake. I didn't want to cut you off, but I was always curious about that. When they said it, I was like, I gotta ask. You know.
You've got like the other Asylum originals, like say Sam Barber. I don't know if you've seen Leighton Buzzard. He's an Asylum original. Pretty much anybody that started their training in Asylum as Asylum originals, and it's like it's a badge of honor or a badge of pride.
Okay, that's what's up. My fault, Drake. Like I said, I just had to ask that question, brother.
No, it's a good question to ask. I feel you on that. Now, over the span of your guys' careers as a tag team, what has been your most favorite match that you guys have done?
I mean, we can't. Things in Sanity is that's the night we won tag titles for XW, and it just holds a place in my heart. You know, it's something about it that memory in my mind is just something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. You know.
For me, it's the Kings and Sanity match as the cherry on top. But you look at the journey that we went on before that, like so when we were wrestling Ashton and Rampage, multiple matches against Kings of Catch, Govan team, the 3-man tournament, the Kings of Honors and ICW that we won with BT Gunn and that, and there's been so many. The ladder match, the ladder tag team match that we had at the Hydro, opening the Hydro for Loven, and there with the Briscoes, that was brilliant.
Absolutely, the match. I forgot, like that match was not into the ladder match. That was something else. The amount of people in that venue, be in front of them, it was electric. It would through your whole body. So man, that's definitely up there as well. That's one of the matches. There's a good few actually.
So I think it's hard to pinpoint exactly one, but there's a few that's up there that really.
Like picking your favourite band. Can't I just pick a favourite band? You know, it's a lot.
I feel you, man. You guys have always killed it in the ring, and every match I've seen, I've always been entertained. I was just curious as to how you guys felt about whatever you thought was your favorite.
Cheers, man.
All right, so I got a two-parter here, and it's all about you guys' nicknames. So, Crowbar, your nickname is the hardest part of the ring. What made you come up with that?
I never came up with that. That was Aspen Faith from the Kings of Catch. He came up with it because he's just like, you are literally the hardest part of the ring. We can do anything at you and you just bounce about and you just take it.
That's it. Solid.
And then for Elias, your nickname is the Outlaw. What makes you an outlaw?
I've always took the path less travelled. You know, I always go against the grain. I'm more of a loner, and like me and Crowbar are both kind of loners, but that's where we kind of have brotherhood about it. Like, always against the grain and just do what I want, do what I need for life, and it gets me by. So, yeah.
All right, so I'm more curious about the Kings of Insanity match. You know what? Yeah, I mean, not only do they win like the championship belts for it, But if you look at that match, like I'm not a wrestler. The two guys that I work with, they're wrestlers, and so I don't. I mean, I played sports, but I don't know what it's like to be body slammed at or DDT'd whenever just because like. So what was it like? No, I'm just saying, like, the way that match was insane. If you really watched the straight violence that these guys put their bodies through in that match, I would just love for them to just go over it, and then the end goal of actually, gaining the belts at the end. I just thought it was one of my favorite matches in ICW history.
Thanks. A wee bit of sidestep here, Chef. I think ICW are doing a 30-day free trial for ICW On Demand. So if you've never seen the match, certainly sign up for the 30-day free trial and go and see. There's a ton of other matches like that there. So anybody watching it, the 30-day free trial is on offer now. But
yeah.
Sorry, as to your question, that match hurt. It hurt a lot because I don't know if what we had set up outside the ring, like the carpet gripper table, the ladders and stuff like that, it might not look that impressive, but certainly when I landed on the carpet gripper table, if you watch it back, I land and it's like my back kind of takes a double bump on it, and then it slides along the gripper. And like we pride ourselves on doing stupid stuff and try to make it as entertaining as possible. And unfortunately, the carpet gripper was a bit of a bitch.
When he landed on the carpet gripper, I remember hearing the noise that came from him, and it was unreal. The whole match, like the table with the cans on it, sucked. Everything about the match, there was tacks, the barbecue skewers. I mean, those are the kind of matches that not everybody wants to step into. But as Crowbar said, you need to be some kind of crazy to do it, and it is life changing. But what a fucking match!
All right.
No,
so
absolutely. No, hold on, Drake. I just want to answer. My fault. I do it to you guys all the time. I apologize.
I'm paying for it.
Yeah, no, because I've never seen the table with the cans. So when I first seen that, I was like, what the fuck is that? And then, like, to watch their bodies go into it. I mean, listen, at least you guys didn't get the skewers put into your head like Louis Gervin. Like, that was nuts. But I don't want to know who came up with the cans. But, like, to anybody that would that can table is absolute, like, murder. Like, that's just nuts.
The can table, you give that shout out to Aspen Faith. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It was one I've never seen one before until it was pulled out, and that was it. It was like, what the fuck is this thing?
What, like beer cans or like soda cans? I'm sorry, I didn't see the match.
Monster cans, aye.
Oh shit!
Like they were cans. They were cut, so they were like sharp as hell, and so they just lined up on a table. Yo, dude, I gotta send you it. Like I said, I got my membership. I've been watching ICW for years, but I'm telling you, watching these guys' bodies go into that thing, dude, it's painful. It's painful. Like I remember watching it, going, oh, like that's not.
Like soda cans hurt, yeah, of course, but like cut.
Dude,
I don't know that cuts it for me. That's a little too much.
I'm going to pull back the curtain a wee bit here, but the dynamic that we've got between us and Kings of Catch, it's a pretty awesome dynamic because you've got me and Aspen that are just like. Somebody once described it. Scott Reed once described it as two cousins from a mad mental family that haven't seen each other for a period of months. So when they eventually meet each other, they just go absolutely mental, and that's what he likens me and Asman to. And then you've got Stevie and Lewis, that you can put them in any kind of match, and both of them will shine, and you'll get a 5-star match out of them any time, because they are two of the best well-rounded wrestlers in ICW in Scotland and Britain.
100%.
So the dynamic between the two teams, I think, is always going to be great. And
definitely one of the best tag teams that we've ever wrestled. And every time we wrestle them, we feel like the matches get better, we get better. The both of them are just outstanding. And
we can have any kind of match with the Kings of Catch, and it will be a cracking match. Any kind of match, family match, hardcore match, technical match, whatever. Any kind of match we can have with the Kings of Catch, and we both teams complement each other. And when we were making the barbed wire table and the can table, we all made it together. So making that shit, knowing that you're going through that in a few years, is pretty horrifying.
See, the thing is, I think the catch are the same. Like every match we've had is different, because we also had the Christmas death match. And that match, the Christmas tree wrapped in barbed wire, the steel chair with the WWE action figures stuck to it.
Hasbro's.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That hot lot of fucking man. I had that imprint of Hulk Hogan's arm on my and again, that match, fair play to the Kings of Catch. I was ill that day. I had some kind of virus that day. I had 24-hour, 48-hour bug or something like that. And they really, you actually see me just before we go to start stapling each other. Like, I'm a wee bit sick in my mouth.
That's right, I forgot about that.
It was right at the start of the match.
You see it because you go, oh, and it's like, you're right,
mate. So I definitely Kings of Catch, and they bring out the best in us.
All available on ICW On Demand.
Plug it.
Boom, they go plug.
All right, so unfortunately, you guys did lose those tag titles in February to the Fight Network. And I was going to ask if there was a plan to get those belts back once all this ends, but I'm pretty sure there is. So what is the plan to get those belts back?
We're going to go after the Fight Network and take them back. We're going to, fair dues to them. They were the better tag team at the Square Go. But just because we get knocked off, we just stood right back up. And we're coming for the tag titles, so they better not forget that we're still around. So we're nothing stopping us.
It's just unfortunate that getting them back's kind of taking a sidestep in the way of the global pandemic and Sami Callihan and the rest of his goons. So we've got a bone to pick with them before we go chasing the tag belts again.
That's it. We'll not forget about Sami Callihan and his wee pals. And just, to be honest, this whole lockdown is just making things stew and making us want to knock their heads in even more, to be honest with you. The more you sit here and think about it, that they came into our house and then just started shit. Nah. So just this, when we get our hands on them, we will. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Crooked, my fault. My God, I apologize. No, because
I knew it was coming, so I wasn't even gonna ask yet.
No, because with the Sami Callihan stuff, first time he was there, he lost. He didn't look as good. But then when he came back, he had the Chris. I always mix up the brothers. But they walk into ICW and they try to act like tough guys, and Sammy even kind of got hot with this chick, Jennifer Louise, who's super hot. But I would love to see these guys just beat the shit out of Sami Callihan, on a whole nother level. I like Sami Callihan. He's a talented dude. He knows how to talk and all that. But I would love for him to go back to ICW and just watch these guys absolutely mop the floor with him. I apologize for cutting you off, though, but I really want to see, the Purge just beat the shit out of him.
It's to be honest, Chef, it's not going to be just the Purge. It's going to be BT Gun, because it originally started with BT Gun.
Yeah.
And then we've got a mentality where if it's a fair fight, if it's 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, nobody else gets involved. It's when somebody else starts getting involved, starts trying to be the big man, starts trying to take liberties. That's when the rest is start getting involved. And if you start fucking about with one is, you're dealing with the full with the full squad.
That's it. If you think you can walk in and act a hard man, no. You want to try and go after one of us, you want to bring your pals and go after us, yeah, that's fine. Because we'll round all yours up and we'll just fucking take the fight to them. You know what I mean?
You see, this is why I told you guys I like these guys. They remind me of me, just from another, across the pond. You know what I mean? Like,
See, now they're gonna hate me for this question because it's technically almost like number one. But
if you ask something stupid, I'm gonna drive over and punch you in the face.
all right. So in 2018, on ICW, you guys got in a little bit of an argument. So how close was the Purge to breaking up at that point?
I think, see, when I don't know if any of you have got a little brother or a big brother. See, when two brothers start fighting, and it doesn't matter what anybody says or anything happens, the least wee thing just kind of just ticks you off, and you just start arguing with each other. And that's all that was. That was there was nothing more than that. It was just two guys just arguing, and unfortunately, most of the time we argued with our fists. And it wasn't until Wolfgang stepped in and kind of knocked our heads together. He's like the big brother, the biggest brother.
That's it. It is exactly like two brothers fighting. The tiniest thing can set you off, or things could be building. And as he says, we settle things with our fists, or we'll have a big fucking screaming match at each other, or we'll all just be ready to throw down. But you know what? Sometimes we need a slap about, and that's what Wolfgang comes in. He gives us the ball kicking that we need, and he sets our head straight sometimes, and that's all that was just a lot of bullshit, and it got sorted.
I feel you.
All right, so I got a two-part question, and I'm gonna start with Crowbar because every time backstage, actually, I'm gonna say it like this: you seem like a very hostile dude at like every waking second. Like you just seem very hostile. But then when you're backstage and like Jennifer Louise, it always seems like you're hitting on her. Like it's like a night and day thing. It's like it's so weird.
See, the best way I can describe it is, see, as soon as I step through that curtain, it's like it's a mentality that I've got, that I want to go out there and I want to be the best. I want to be the guy that wins that match, because if I don't win that match, I might not have a job. It was the same when I played rugby or I'd done Russian sambo and that. You were going out to win. That was it. There was failure is not an option. And I don't really like many people, and the people that I gravitate to tends to be nice, good people. And fortunately, Jen Louise is one of the nicest people. And let's be honest, who wouldn't they have a wee thing for Jen?
I agree. Like, and it's funny. Like, I don't want to sound like a weirdo. You two clowns don't laugh down there. But every time she does something on like Instagram or something, I'm like, damn, this chick is mad hot. Like no matter what she does, she's just smoking hot.
Jen is one of the nicest, most genuine people ever.
Wow.
I don't think there's a bad bone in Jen's body at all.
So,
an absolute angel.
See, that's so dope because, like, obviously, that's what I like when you see it. She seems like the sweetest person. And I was curious about that. I was like, damn, I wonder if it's a gimmick or like, is that really her? Because she always seems so like super genuine.
essentially, she is super genuine. That is Jen. And ICW, like, you're right, Stevie.
Oh.
And ICW, like, you've got everybody's just themselves, and it's just amped up that wee bit more. So ICW is pretty genuine in regards to characters and wrestlers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow. So now I got this for Stevie James, because you always seem like super focused, like over here. I like to tell people I'm playing chess while you're playing checkers. Like I'm just like I'm ahead of you. Like, and you always seem that you're a step ahead of everybody, but you always seem like you're calm but super aggressive. But it doesn't show until you just start going ham. Like, if you could kind of just go over the cerebral side of you, because I think that it's freaking amazing.
Yeah, it all goes back to what Crowbar said. There's no second place, you know. Like every time we go out there, we're going out there to win. So I'm always focused. I'm always thinking about everyone in the roster and how we or myself we can just be better than them. You've got to stay one step ahead of the game. So I just try and keep myself focused, but there's something inside me that just tends to lose the rag sometimes in the ring. I can stay focused and relax for a bit, but eventually when I get in that ring, everything just, explodes.
It's a ticking time bomb.
Boom.
All right, well, since you guys do have, I guess somewhat different styles, and most tag teams that you see working together, their styles are very similar. How do you make those two styles complement each other in the ring? How do you make that work as a tag team?
I don't know. I think it just works. I think ultimately, for a mentality standpoint, we're on the same page that way, and whatever happens in the ring, it just works. We make it work.
We're on the same page, but we've also got Crowbar's a loose cannon. I can be a bit more focused, so we use that for the right moments in time to work in our favour, and it comes down to just straight up fists as well. Just whoever can knock the most lumps out of people,
I think essentially I'm too lazy to do anything technical, so Stevie's I'm just
well, that's what it's been.
I'm the big hitter.
All right. So, what has been your preparations to get yourselves ready for wrestling once this whole crappy virus gets done with?
I don't know. That's because before this virus happened, we really didn't do any kind of preparation at all anyway. So I think we are just staying as normal as we can be before going out.
Before this virus, our main goal was to get to Sami Callihan and his pals. So nothing's changed. Once this is all over, we're back to it, working hard, and we're going after the tag titles, and we're going after Sami Callihan and his pals. That's not forgot. So goal stays the same,
So you good, Crooked? Because I see you look like you wanted to ask something, and before I say something, I'm just...
I felt like it, but no, you good.
Okay. So now I like to ask guys this question, but I'm asking a little different. Usually I say, if there was a female, who would you want her to be a manager? But if you had to pick a female to be the first ever female to be in the Purge, who would it be? Or Bad Company, whichever. Who would you like to have the first female to be in that group?
I really don't know, because it really comes down to the person herself. You look at who's in Bad Company. You look at what we've got in Bad Company. There's no two guys the same. There's totally polar opposites in Bad Company. You've got Wolfgang, who is a big athletic guy who obviously his resume speaks for himself. You've got BT Gunn, who is a fucking legit psychopath. You've got me, not quite a psychopath, but maybe a loose cannon. Then you've got Stevie, the slow, methodical thinker. So it's like it can be anybody. They just have to fit. It just has to be a good fit. Because if it's not a good fit, it will never work.
Have to have the right mindset. It has to fit. You know, it can't just be like an open edition for somebody to join in. You know, it has to be somebody that the right time comes along and they are just the right person. And it's like the same as like we all just clicked. You know, it wasn't we went out searching for it. You know, we all just clicked when we met each other. It's one of those things.
Drake, I was going to cut you off.
That's why I waited.
No, I wasn't going to cut you off, but I was like, now my thing is, and I would like to see it because my fault, I got to ask. Sami Callihan and his crew came to ICW. I think it's only fitting if Bad Company was to go to Impact Wrestling and whoop their ass.
Ooh. I was planning before this whole fucking pandemic started. I was going to go to Florida. Florida for Mania because I went 3 years ago, and I was going to drop by the Pancakes and Pile Drivers show, and if I could get my hands on them, I would get a couple of good swings at them. I might take a batter and a beating, but I'll certainly make my punches count. So
that'd have been a nice wee message for Scotland for them. That'd have been brilliant, but unfortunately,
no allowed to fly. So never say never.
That's it.
All right, if you guys get down to Florida, you got to let us know because we'll appear. I'm telling you now, like we'll appear anywhere in Florida you guys are at, and you know, like our group. Like I said, these guys are wrestlers. We're called Heel Team 6. You know, shirts and everything. So we're all about the bad guys. We get booed everywhere we go because we only cheer for the bad guys. We got no problem walking out, shitting on the best people there, and we don't care about the crowd. Like we'll be behind you guys. You know, this is what we do.
Like. You like who you like, and at the end of the day, we're not out there to be liked or to be hated. We're just doing what we want and what we need to do.
Exactly.
If you're doing this for us, you know, like you want to cheer us, you want to booze, do it the hell you want. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're doing what we want to do. So,
I'm not going
to.
I'm not going to pander to some fucking keyboard warrior with a fucking stupid. You know, if you were that much of a fucking hard man, you wouldn't be sitting behind a computer. Come and fight me. You know, that's
they hide behind the railings and they boo. They won't step in the ring though.
It's fucking...
Well, I love these guys. I say it all the time. I'm not hard to find. You know what I mean? Like if you want to say something, say something. These guys love these guys. I'm telling you now, I'm just loving this.
All right, so before Stevie James and Crowbar step into the ring, do you guys listen to any pump-up music, any playlist that gets you guys hyped, ready to kick some ass?
Few tunes, actually. Pantera is always up there, you know. Can I be a bit of Machine Head?
Dope, all right. Anyone for you?
Stevie's the music guy. I'm just like, I mean, I do like Pantera, but I wouldn't necessarily listen to any music before I go out because 9 out of 10 times I'm just going to go out and fight anyway. So it doesn't matter if I've got music on or whatever.
Drake,
in a show day,
Drake, did you see his face? He didn't give a shit about the question. He was like, "I'm just going to go out there, fuck somebody up. I don't need music." Like
nothing wrong with that.
He was like, "I just don't care. Like I'm going to go out there, beat your ass, and that's that."
Hey, sometimes your own music is good enough. Walking out, your own music is good enough for you.
That's true. I mean, I do listen to a shitload of Pantera when I'm riding my bikes. So if that makes up for the question, then fair enough.
Fair enough, man. I was just curious to what y'all listen to. Actually, in general, it doesn't really matter.
All right.
Lot of metal.
So, for you guys, what is a dream match for you guys? Any tag team, past or present, except for Sami, because we all know you want to get a hold of Sami and his boys. What is a dream match?
Dream match? That's going to be a nightmare, a fucking massacre when we get our hands on them.
So past or present, who would be a dream match for you guys?
I know what Crowbar's going to say, so I'll let him go first. Go.
No, Demolition would be a match, but no, because have you seen Demolition? They're old, man.
Oh yeah,
so old, but it's just stunning the ring and just hearing that music fucking hit. You're like, aye, this is it. Other than that, I would like to have a straight up tag match or any kind of tag match, as long as it was just us and the Briscoes. I think that would be pretty sweet.
That's why I'd say the Briscoes. But if it to take a tag team for the past, probably Art Foundation.
Shit.
Oh
shit.
And that match, just the thought it would be wrestling Bret Hart, Jim Anvil, Neidhart.
I take my money because I'm watching that shit. I am watching that.
So, gentlemen, do you have any more questions for these gentlemen?
I'm good to go. I had a blast, so I'm good.
Drake, what you got? You good?
Just please let us know if you guys stop through the Florida area. We got to check you guys out. If you need some backup, we're not much, but we're something.
Need any backup, but we'll give you a shout, definitely.
He's a cannon fodder at the very least, so you'll serve some kind of purpose.
As long as we assist, huh?
Pretty much.
Get the beers in. There you go.
No, hopefully we'll get across to America when all this dies down, because other than wrestling in America, I really want to go to Brooklyn and go to the Indian Larry chop shop. I really want to go see that, just because it's just a motorbike thing that I want to do. So, aye, that's one of them. So hopefully when this is all done, we'll be across there somewhere.
It's back to normal. Right?
All right. Now, gentlemen, if you could please let them know your social media so they know where to find you guys and everything else.
Right, 2 seconds.
Oh, mate, you don't remember it?
No.
At the purge _crowbar.
That's my Instagram.
I'm a fan. My fault.
My Twitter. Oh fuck. If you search Crowbar on Twitter, KROBAR on Twitter, I'll be on there. And if you search pretty much any of the socials for the Purge, you'll find us somewhere.
You go to Twitter and you can search for Stevie James at Stevie James 1986, and you can go to our Facebook page. We have a Purge Facebook page as well, and that's just the Purge.
My Twitter my Twitter handles are fucking shambles, because it's my actual name, and having a Polish name really doesn't. It's like a fucking game of Scrabble. So if you find Stevie, you'll find me.
Gentlemen,
the links are on the pages, so you will find them.
Gentlemen, I appreciate the time, man. This was awesome. Like I said, being a fan, this is the closest I could get to, talk with you guys or anything else. So I'm honored because, like I said, I love what your work. I love ICW. I'm a big fan of the product and you guys. So this has been absolutely awesome for me. I appreciate it and everything.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having us, man.
Aye, thank you for the opportunity. And hope to see you soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Subscribe to ICW On Demand. 30-day free trial right now.
Absolutely.
You've got 30 days to fucking complete the catalogue, and then
you'll not regret it, trust us.
Listen, Crooked. You haven't seen that match that I was talking about to full. You have 30 days to do this shit. I'm gonna tell you now.
Sign up. Get it watched. Honestly, you'll not regret it. Some of the best matches in professional wrestling history. ICW on demand.
Bro,
Crooked, have you ever seen ICW?
I've seen a few matches in ICW. Yes, nothing crazy, but a few regular matches and stuff like that.
Right, because a lot of people have the misconception that it's just like fucking hardcore matches all the time, and that is it's no,
It's not.
Nah, just have a look, because at the least you'll find a match or a couple of guys that you like and stuff like that. Might not necessarily be your matches, but there's a wide variety in ICW, so certainly have a look and see what you like.
Definitely, because I'm definitely gonna look up that match with the cans and everything, because I want to see how crazy that match gets, to be honest.
Honestly, and if it's too much for you, have a look at the Christmas Death match. That's a wee bit more tamer.
Well, I'm in a hardcore division right now, so like I'm into like the glass and stuff like that. That's fine, but like.
Sound went.
That's funny though.
I never heard you there. Your sound went.
bro, my Steve, crazy. You had
The sounds went funny. I know that.
Yeah.
hearing me?
Your son.
Everybody's out.
I thought it was just me and him now.
No.
All right.
Yeah. Chef, your internet's probably dropping.